It looks like we are live on Facebook. However, uh, on my computer, when I look at the Facebook recordings I have made, I never hear sound. I have no idea if you have heard sound because no one has ever told me. So I almost automatically take the YouTube that I will am creating, it's on, take the YouTube and take its URL and put it on Facebook, and we'll do it that way. I want to begin today. Well, today is every day is Small Business Saturday, or at least it has been, not was, has been in my family for the last 3 generations that I know of. And two of those, I'm a second generation publisher and had a real uh, enjoyable time publishing in different cities than my father was, but it was the last time my uh, the last time my father was alive was that last year that we had a lot of really great conversations, and it is why I am doing what I am doing today. If I can figure out what I am doing today, I have another disclaimer. It was in 2007 that I published this book. How do you answer these 749 questions about your small business? I authored it and I published it. I found a printer, friend Jack in Zanesville, Ohio, and his company actually was a very difficult, uh, took a lot of pieces to put the book together, but if anybody could do it, Jack could do it. Well, I wrote the book, and intentionally, I didn't put answers in the book. I just asked 749 questions about your small business, but the really main thing that I did in the book, and it's very pertinent to what the SmallBizDavid A.I bot is doing today, that I created in the book about 1,000 business keywords, small business keywords. And then in the keyword index, it tells you what page or what question to go to about the keywords that were created. And that is very important in today's world, and they call it the creative prompt. So what it is, I am creating a prompt to any question, any question, but it's not going to be 749 questions because some of the questions I can tell you right now are not pertinent in today's conversation as they were in 2007. I had a wonderful experience with this book in putting it together literally in 100 days from the day I started until the day I was actually holding it up. I don't know if I was holding it. No, I wasn't holding it up on. I don't know if I was holding it up on YouTube then. I was definitely holding it up at a New Year's Day party that I had in downtown Cincinnati. But the main, and pretty much the only criticism I got about the book was that I didn't give answers to the questions. By design, I didn't give answers to the questions. I wanted the small business owner or the more than, I think there were 5,000 students of different ages in Cincinnati, of all ages in Cincinnati, that I made sure got a copy of the book. And the intent was for the small business owner or the student to say, geez, that's something that's important to my thinking, my business, and I need to call my attorney, I need to call my accountant, my CPA, I need to call Small Biz David. Yeah, although not enough of you called. And so taking all of that to heart, it was the very next year, 2008, that I created my first YouTube live stream. It was only the third year that YouTube was in existence. So I've gone through a lot of stuff there. But of interesting note, uh, my friend Barbara Weltman, this was last year's book, Small Business Taxes 2025, 800 pages, 600 pages, 610 pages of must read reading by someone in business. It might be the entrepreneur themselves. It might be, well, it has to be their accountants because it's about small business taxes. Barbara is absolutely the premier authority and author on small business taxes in this country. I actually did a Google Gemini G5 AI search of Barbara, and I'm going to wait to share that with her on Friday when we meet for the first time ever on Black Friday. We meet. Most of our meetings are actually tied in for the release of the book. Barbara has released this book. I don't know the exact number, but it's over 30 years. She and I have talked about this book at some time during the last 17 years. Yes, the last 17 years. Barbara tells me on Friday she thinks she is going to be able to hold up probably the first copy of Small Business Taxes 2026. And how exciting will that be? Barbara and I at one time, we did a Friday morning show, small business information show on a website, and we were the only ones on that website doing it. And the owners of the website, I met the manager of the website, they really liked what we were doing. So whenever I went live, we were on the home page of that website, and that generated at least 5,000 views in every time we went on LiveStream. At least 5,000 views. Not necessarily our demographic, for sure not our demographic, but a lot of great small business information, which has evolved into other things for me. Barbara she's the authority, and I am so honored to be able to have our 17th or 18th year conversation on Black Friday. I think Barbara and I in total have done somewhere near 75 live streams over the years that are on Google servers somewhere. And yes, when we first started out, we were Skyping. And at that time, Microsoft bought Skype, and I knew it was going to be downhill from there, and it was for me. It wasn't too long after that that I totally all the content that I was creating was going to be on a YouTube or Google server someplace in cyberspace, and we indeed have put out a lot of information on entrepreneurship, business, big or small. I, um, I have been very blessed in my life to do. At one time, I had access to 19 of the 53 largest insurance companies in the country. I did it with my involvement at the Direct Marketing Association, and of those 19 companies I had access to, 6 of them were generating a lot of revenue for the company that I was collaborating with. Um, not a not a comparable amount for me, but we had a lot of fun in doing it. And actually, I just learned a couple days ago, one of those clients was a company called Colonial Penn Insurance. And I am sure by now, any baby boomer has seen one of their ads. I have been in their corporate offices on Market Street in Philadelphia many times. And my friend Bill Schultz, who has been my friend for 20 years, the last 5+ years, he has been my best business friend. And any of the things that I was building and developing, I would take to him and we discuss it. Bill is a outstanding CFO, and a CFO has to understand the business plan, the business concept, the business objectives in order for them to do their job. And um, Bill he couldn't be with me, is going to be with his family uh, until the end of the year, both at Thanksgiving and at Christmas time. But in January, he's going to be in Philadelphia. So he made the commitment to me a couple of days ago that he would be happy to go to the offices of Colonial Penn on Market Street, and we would conduct every Saturday is Small Business Saturday from their offices, obviously talking with them and sharing the value trust story that they bring to the marketplace. That's what we do. We publish and produce marketing and sales value trust stories. I want to produce 10,000 of them. And I'm going to do another disclaimer. It's about time. My favorite nighttime television host. It's always been somebody on CBS. Actually, it always has. I used to watch Johnny Parr with my mother 4 days a week from 11:30 at night until 1 in the morning, Monday through Thursday. Then I'd go to bed and sleep for 5 hours and get up and go to school, and had lots of fun times. But today, I love to watch Stephen Colbert because if I had a staff of 215 people like he has a wonderful staff, and they made him what he is, and I've enjoyed watching it. I watch it whenever I can. Now I'm watching it if it doesn't interfere with the Gilmore Girls. But Stephen Colbert it's great, and but he's got all these folks that do these things for him, and I'm trying to do all these things myself, and have a lot of fun doing it. As a publisher, as I have been for the last 55 years, I have never had more fun publishing than I am right now. The AI overlay to all the uh, hours of information that I have produced on YouTube has created a natural place for the birth of SmallBizDavid A.I bot. And in fact, one of the very fun things I do every day now is I ask when I'm doing a Google search, just like you can do, I can go into an AI mode very easily. I've never looked on somebody else's computer, although Bill, in a conversation, a Google Meet I was having with Bill last week, he was going on and doing things while we were talking. So it can be done. But at any rate, we were um, uh, building and talking about how to get, if Bill could do it, would he willing to go to Colonial Penn? And he said sure. And so I really hope to put that one together. That'll be a lot of fun. It'll be sometime, hopefully, in the first 2 weeks of January. So we shall go to work on that. But yes, I am a one person trying to do all this stuff, and yes, I'm having a lot of fun doing it, but I have more fun if people were helping me do it. One of the things that I did, next Saturday is Small Business Saturday. It is the 14th annual collaboration between the Small Business Administration, the SBA, and American Express Insurance on behalf of all those retailers who happily display the American Express card. You've seen it. You've seen it in your, it started out to be really a community thing to support the small businesses in your community who are there, rain, shine, or snow, 24/7, every Saturday, to do what it is that they are impassioned to do. And that's why we do it. We love doing it. Gluttons for punishment. But I'm looking for 10,000 folks only who will subscribe to the SmallBizDavid A.I bot. Your $99 only subscription will allow you to send a voicemail to a landline that I have in the basement, and to everyone who sends a voicemail. And these we're kind of talking about subscriptions, but I'm going to make a special offer to folks who are listening right now. And when you leave that uh, uh, voicemail, you will get a next step text from the SmallBizDavid AI bot. Your subscription, your annual subscription, will allow you to get those until the end of 2026. So it's major because Small Biz David AI bot is pretty well convinced that the first time that you follow your next steps will be well worth the cost of that $99. Well worth it. And if I haven't said it yet, I will definitely say it at the end if you remind me. But I have clearly demonstrated, I think, I hope, I know, in the last whatever minutes that a $900, not $900, I wish. I read about too many people to get $900. I'm only asking, I would be honored for $99. And I'm calling it the gift of entrepreneurship and suggesting that you give that gift to your favorite entrepreneur. They might be a small business owner, a friend, a relative, a follower of whomever. And I will only I will close the door at 10,000 because I don't have a staff of 215. But it will be a major thing. And one thing I am doing every single day, and to make sure that it's all there, I do it. I do it. I go to my Google search engine the way I have always done it. I go to the AI mode. I'm sure some form is being offered to you. I've never seen it from another computer other than mine, so I don't know. I don't know, but uh, I will tell you, I'm absolutely sure it's Google's Gemini G5, maybe. It's definitely G4. G5 is out there somewhere, and I'm not sure if I am subject to it yet, but it's at least a G4. And that is as I like to call it, the AI overlay. The AI overlay, that's the small business AI bot. Uh, and it's the overlay to the information that I've been putting on Google servers or YouTube servers for the last 17 years. At one time, Google had an extremely active social media market that they called Hangouts on Air. And I had lots of conversations with folks. Well, most of those 750 conversations, uh, most of them were with folks that I was talking to way back then on Google servers, and then it's YouTube servers now. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Alphabet gets credit for it all, uh, and so uh, it is a great gift. It is what I call the gift of entrepreneurship. I actually created the gift of entrepreneurship. Uh, this is an envelope with today's message that I created in 2007 when I wrote the book. I put a copy of the book and give the gift of entrepreneurship learning was actually a campaign a project that I had way back when I published the book. That's that has brought us here today. If you want to get involved with the project, or you know somebody who should get involved with the project, please accept a complimentary first time voicemail to 513-533-0280. For our Facebook viewers, 513 513-533-0280. That's the voicemail. It would be appropriate if we communicate in something other than voicemail. This is where all the craziness is. D. Leopold at davidsbarter.com. D. Leopold at davidsbarter.com. And I will take the time to reply to anybody that has sent an email there, because you took your time to ask the question or share what was ever on your mind. And it's all about that. Our time is our time. And I want to thank you for how much time. It's 26 minutes already that you have spent. Let me go to my cue cards. And by the way, the reason that I have put these in longhand is because I operate by myself, and I could have put them in a Word document. That I could have done, but I did it when I did it. I wanted to see. Oh, so maybe I didn't say this. On Friday, I am going to have my conversation with Barbara Weltman. On Saturday, the official Small Business Saturday, I will be having a fun conversation with Susan Finch. Susan and I had our first live stream conversation in 2010, and I've done a lot, not the most, but I've done quite a few live streams with Susan, and um, we're going to have some fun. She doesn't know the script yet, but we're going to have some fun with it. And actually, if there are three folks who are still watching, or three folks that are who should be watching, we will. And I will invite you to be a part of that live stream that we do a week from today on Small Business Saturday. That way, I guess you could call the voicemail and say, "I want to subscribe. I want to." You can any way you want, any way you want to do it. You have to keep in mind that that landline can only house 60 messages, and so I have to keep myself very busy to keep the uh, uh, inbox available. Or maybe I should hire somebody else's bot to, to keep that traffic flow going, just making sure that they knew where to get the information. So Susan and I, the very important reason why I handpicked Susan, although it was interesting too that for whatever reason I received in my Facebook feed, my public feed, something about Susan, and this just a couple of days ago, and that's what said, "Geez, let's." I'm trying to remember what she said there, but um, it's been a long time since Susan and I have spoken, but uh, we will have a fun conversation on Saturday. Talked about that. Oh, the one, I guess I will end with, I'm working on, I have to say, I thought I might present it today, but not enough time. I don't have a staff of 215. Two folks that I have followed doing the same thing basically that I do, but doing it with their audience, and from a financial point, doing it millions and billions better than I have done it. But I've learned a lot from following Jay Abraham and Dan Kennedy, two giants in doing what they do. I've had personal one-on-one conversations with both of them. They were rather interesting. So that includes everything that I wanted to talk about today. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your now 31 minutes. And tell your friends and relatives and followers about what's happening in the SmallBizDavid A.I bot community. You can tell them lots are happening. Come on and join the fun, and we will see you soon. And I used to have a coffee mug, but it started to crack. So many times I used it, but it said, "Do what you love, and love what you do," and very, very important. I can speak to it, and there was well, I've shared a personal bit of information that Brian Tracy. Brian's all over the place up there, and it was just I spent 45 minutes with him, and in a book that he and I were on the cover together. Some copies up there. Uh, Inside the book, his message to me was, after listening to our conversation for 45 minutes, was, "David, there are no limits." Thank you, Brian. So that's it. And I will finally close with a quotation, a closing that a friend of mine, Jaime Williams. Jaime was the absolute sports voice of Stark County, Ohio, Canton, Ohio, specifically, where I lived. He was sports. He was newspaper, radio, television, and I was honored to pay him for stories back in the early 70s. But Jaime used to end his television show very appropriately when he said, "Next time when we get together may very well be the best time." The best time. Enjoy the rest of your day.